am a daughter of Cleveland. I was raised in this community by parents who worked very hard. My mother was a nurse's aide, my father a truck driver. I can relate to people who live in the 11th Congressional District from all walks of life. I am you. As a Cleveland City Councilwoman, I worked to secure housing for seniors. As an Ohio State Senator, I stood with working families and labor to maintain collective bargaining rights. I led the effort to create the Ohio Task Force on Community and Police Relations. I know that the struggle is real. I want to serve as your next Congresswoman because I believe that everyone deserves a good job, health care, and our children deserve to be educated from pre-K to college. I will go to Congress to help our community recover from the coronavirus, including helping small businesses and those who have been hardest hit. We are going to do great things together. Let's get to work. I am Nina Turner, and I'm running for Congress.
Hello, somebody.
Smoking a game in this video. Marsha Fudge represents the 11th district in Ohio, and Joe Biden has just nominated her to be the HUD Secretary, Housing and Urban Development. This means there will be a special election for that seat that mainly covers the Cleveland area of Ohio. And Nina Turner is running for this seat. Yes, that's right. The same Nina Turner that was going all around this country campaigning for Bernie Sanders, trying to get him elected to be our president of the United States. The same Nina Turner who campaigned for him twice, in 2016 and 2020, and nearly broke through in 2020. Nina Turner is a different type of progressive. She's someone who, once she goes to Congress, she's not going to take any type of shit from any of the centrist or neoliberal Democrats in Congress. Right now, there's a push to try to get different leadership for the Democrats if they do go on to pick up the 2 Senate seats. Progressives want a new Speaker of the House. We want a new Senate Majority Leader if they do go on to pick up those 2 Senate seats. We do not want Chuck Schumer and Nancy Pelosi representing us any longer. And Nina Turner is the perfect person to go to Congress and to challenge the status quo, to make them act. So progressives, we have been upset that AOC and members of the squad, they haven't been strong enough, they haven't been tough enough in terms of challenging the status quo in Congress, challenging Nancy Pelosi for her speakership, just the whole entire Democratic leadership all throughout Congress to get actual progressive legislation, or legislation that's just going to actually benefit the American people. Put politics aside, populist type of bills. But now AOC, she's starting to speak up, and she's starting to say that we possibly need a new Speaker of the House, we possibly need a new Senate Majority Leader. What Nina Turner's gonna do once she goes to Congress, when she's in the halls of Congress, when she's there every single day on a daily basis, because I believe she has a great shot at winning this congressional district in the 11th district of Ohio. Of course, the Democrats are gonna put up different neoliberal black people to try to run in this seat because it's a majority black district. So they're gonna try to put and prop up a centrist neoliberal candidate to try to win this seat so they can continue the status quo and help Nancy Pelosi solidify her majority in terms of speaker. But we're not gonna have it. We're not gonna have it at all, because this is a district that Nina Turner's already been in before. She's already technically won before because she was in the state Senate, not the US Senate, but the state Senate there. So she's won this district before. So the people there are familiar with her already. On top of that, she already has a national fundraising base, not to mention the people that are already donating to her there in the district already as I speak. She has this database because of her affinity with Bernie Sanders, because of her contributions to the Sanders campaign. This is why Nina Turner has a tremendous opportunity to win this seat. This is why she's in great position to win this seat. Once she actually goes to Congress, once she's actually elected and sworn in, she's gonna activate and mobilize not just the actual progressives that we do have in Congress right now as I speak, but obviously keep the base ginned up, keep the people ginned up, keep them aware of what she's trying to do. If we weren't in pandemic times right now, so that means as we start to come out of the pandemic, she's truly going to be mobilizing the people out there in the streets, mobilizing progressives all over this country, to mobilize the progressives there in her district, the people who really truly care about populist change, people who truly care about bringing federal jobs guaranteed to people there in Cleveland, people who care about raising people's minimum wage up there in Cleveland to $15 an hour, people who care about getting people universal health care so if anything happens to them, they're okay, people who care about legalizing cannabis and stimulating the American people, people who care about those type of issues and policy initiatives, I should say. Those type of folks, which there's a lot of them there in the 11th District of Ohio, there's a lot of them there. I don't see anybody beating Nina Turner in this district. She's going to activate the progressives that we do have in the United States House of Representatives, and she's going to start to get the bills on the table that we actually want, especially if they can bring about leadership change. That's going to be one of the biggest obstacles to the progressives. But the progressives, they can stop them because our numbers are growing, and if Nina Turner goes, they can definitely stop bills from going through. Now you have AOC basically saying, we can't take any more of this. Like literally, we can't take this no more from Nancy Pelosi, working with the deep state, working with the military industrial complex. Because in this new COVID relief bill that they're getting ready to pass, there's massive stimulus to military defense contracting companies. What the fuck? AOC and other progressives, now they're starting to actually have a backbone. Now they're starting to put their foot down. Now they're actually starting to say, we're not going to have any more of this neoliberal centrism, no more of this deep state military industrial complex that you all have had for so long, since the mid 1940s. We're done with it. It's over. So once the new leadership is in place, Nina Turner is going to be a champion for the progressive movement moving forward. She's going to be a champion for progressive causes, progressive initiatives, things that I spoke about, legalizing cannabis in all 50 states of this country, bringing about universal health care to every single person in this country. Anything happens to you in any capacity, you're okay. Enacting a $15 minimum wage, enacting a federal jobs guarantee, bringing about stimulus to the American people. She's going to fight for these type of things every single day on a daily basis when she's in the halls of Congress, truly transforming America. And if we're able to get her in there, America's future is brighter. It's brighter. So donate to Nina Turner right now, because this is what progressive politics is all about. Grassroots donating to the candidate that you believe in, to the person that you believe in that you think is gonna make your life better. That's what politics and progressive politics is all about. She's not going to take any PAC money. She's not going to take any super PAC money. And when she's not doing this, this is how you know she's not bought. This is how you know she's not corrupt by the system like Nancy Pelosi and the people that bend to their knees and bow down to her, because she donates to them by funding their campaigns. And when they win, they must bow down to her and they must do what she says because she gave them money. And that money came from centrist, elitist, corrupt corporations and the military industrial complex. It gets deeper. It gets deeper. So go to Hello Somebody, chip in what you can, chip in $3, chip in $1, chip in whatever you can to help this woman win, because we need her. We need her. America needs her. And if we get her, America's future is very bright. I promise you.
The progressives can be more of an influence now than they ever have been, as our numbers continue to climb in that Congress to form a block. And that block is to make good trouble, in the words of Congressman John Lewis. This is the time, because so many neoliberal types of moderate Democrats lost in this last election cycle because they didn't stand up for Medicare for all. They didn't have an economic message, but progressives prevailed. And so we can form a unity. You're talking about a unity pack. A shown up unity pack can happen with progressives in that Congress, whereby we can control a lot of the flow, maybe not 100%, but more than ever before of what happens, and start to make a demand. And when we make that demand, it needs to be a consequence if that demand is not met. And that demand is for the people. Medicare for all, fight for 15, Green New Deal, we standing up, and we got to stay united in that and let the chips fall where they may. So this is the time for progressives in that Congress to start flexing for the people. And
Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share.